Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends, to your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired, and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. This time, let's invert a 5 by 5 matrix by the Gauss-Jordan method. So here's the given problem, matrix A, and this is actually also the same problem, and we inverted it by the adjoint method in the preceding problem or video. So we have to transform this. Let's put the conformable identity 5 by 5 matrix here. So the objective is to make the left side, let's transform the left side into this uh, identity matrix by elementary row operations. Then when the left side becomes an identity 5 by 5 matrix, then the right side, the transformed right side, will be the inverse of that 5 by 5 matrix. So that's the Gauss-Jordan method. So therefore, because the identity matrix has these elements here, the first objective is to make this one. So we divide row 1 of this matrix by -3. So row 1 divided by -3. So the result would be +1, 2 over -3, -2/3, 6 over -3, -2, -4 over -3, +4/3, 5 over -3, -5/3, 1 over -3, -1/3, 0, 0, 0, 0 over -3, the rest would be 0. Then since the previous row 2 element here should be 0, so it should be, let's enclose this first as our guide. It should be row 2 previous minus 6 times row 1. So that's the formula. So 6 row 2 previous minus 6 times row 1, which is 1, so it's 0. 4 minus 6 times -2/3 is 8. Then -2 minus 6 times -2 is +10. 5 minus 6 times row 1 4/3. So we have -3. 3 minus 6 times -5/3 is +13. 0 minus 6 times -1/3 is +2. 1 minus 6 times 0, so it's still 1. 0 minus 6 times 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 6 times 0, so 0. Then for row 3, to make this 0, because this is 0 here, then it is row 3 previous plus row 3 previous plus row 1. That's the formula or guide. So this should be 0 here. 2 plus -2/3 is 4/3. 4 plus -2 is +2. -4 plus 4/3 is -8/3. 0 plus -5/3, so -5/3. So that's the formula, and you do it to make it a little bit faster. So you just apply this formula. So like 0 plus -1/3, -1/3. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 0. See, 1 plus 0 is 1. Rather, 0 plus 0 is 0. Then 0 plus 0 is 0. Then row 4, this is 2. So row 2 previous minus 2 times row 1. Row 4 previous minus 2 times row 1. So that 2 minus 2 times 1 is 0. 5 minus 2 times negative 2/3 is 19 over 3. Negative 7 minus 2 times negative 2. Negative 7 minus 2 times negative 2, negative 3. 3 minus 2 times 4/3 is 1/3. Negative 4 minus 2 times negative 5/3 is negative 2/3. 0 minus 2 times negative 1/3 is 2/3. And so on and so forth. 0 minus 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 times 0, 0. 1 minus 2 times 0, 1. 0 minus 2 times 0 is 0. Then row 5, this is negative 2. Let's make it 0 like that. So it should be row 5 previous plus 2 times row 1. That's the formula. So that this is 0. 5 minus 2 times 5 plus 2 times negative 2/3 is 11/3. Negative 3 plus 2 times negative 2, negative 7. 6 plus 2 times 4/3. 6 plus 2 times 4/3 is 26 over 3. 8 plus 2 times negative 5/3 is 14 over 3. 0 plus 2 times negative 1/3 is negative 2/3. 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 times 0, 0. 0 plus 2 times 0, 0. Then 1 plus 2 times 0 is 1. So next we proceed to row 2. Let's make this 1 because that is 1 here. So row 2 previous divided by 8. That's the formula. So we begin with row 2. Row 2 previous divided by 8, so that this would be 0 over 8 is 0. 8 over 8 is 1. 10 over 8 is 5/4. Negative 3 divided by 8. Negative 3. 8 is 13 divided by 8. 13 over 3. 2 over 8 is 1/4. 1 over 8 is 1/8. 0 over 8 is 0. 0 over 8 0. 0 over 8 0. Then row 1 previous, so it should be 0 here. So row 1 previous plus 2/3 of row 2. That's the formula here. So this is our guide, row 1 previous plus 2/3 of row 2. So I hope that you know already the procedure. So this is 1, 0, negative 2 plus 2/3 of 5/4. That should be negative 7 over 6. 4/3 plus 2/3 of negative 3/8. So it should be 13 over 12. Negative 5/3 plus 2/3 of 13 over 8 is negative 7 over 12. Negative 1/3 plus 2/3 of 1/4 is negative 1/6. Plus 2/3 of 1/8. 1 over 12. 0 plus 2/3 of 0. 0. 0 plus 2/3 of 0. 0. 0 plus 2/3 of 0. 0. Then row 3 previous, let's make this 0 here. It should be row 3 previous minus 4/3 of row 2. Row 3 previous minus 4/3 of row 2. So that this is 0, 0, 2 minus 4/3 of 5/4 is 1/3. Negative 8/3 minus 4/3 of negative 3/8. It's negative 13 over 6. Negative 5/3 minus 4/3 of 13 over 8 is negative 23 over 6. Negative 1/3 minus 4/3 of 1/4 is negative 2/3. 0 minus 4/3 of 1/8. Negative 1 over 6. 1 minus 4/3 of 0, it's still 1. 0 minus 4/3 of 0, it's 0. 0 minus 4/3 of 0 is 0. Then row 4, this is row 4 previous, so row 4 previous minus 19 over 3 of row 2. Row 4 previous minus 19 over 3 of row 2. so that this is still 0, this is 0. Negative 3 minus 19 over 3 of 5 fourths, that's negative 131 over 12. 1/3 minus 19 over 3 of negative 3/8, that's 65 over 24. Negative 2/3 minus 19 over 3 of 13 over 8, that's negative 263 over 24. 2/3 minus 19 over 3 of 1/4, that's negative 11 over 12. 0 previous minus 19 over 3 of 1/8, that's negative 19 over 24. Then 0 minus 19 over 3 of 0, that's still 0. 1 minus 19 over 3 of 0, that's still 1. 0 minus 19 over 3 of 0, that's 0. Then next, this is 11 over 3, it should be 0. So it should be row 5 previous minus 11 over 3 of row 2. 5 previous minus 11 over 3 of row 2. So that this is 0, this is 0. Negative 7 minus 11 over 3 of 5 fourths, that's negative 139 over 12. 26 over 3 minus 11 over 3 of negative 3/8, that's 241 over 24. 14 over 3 minus 11 over 3 of 13 over 8, that's negative 31 over 24. Negative 2/3 minus 11 over 3 of 1/4, that's negative 19 over 12. 0 minus 11 over 3 of 1/8. 11 over 3 of 1/8. 11 over 20, negative 11 over 24. Then 0 minus 11 over 3 of 0, that's 0. 0 minus 11 over 3 of 0, that's still 0. 1 minus 11 over 3 of 0, that's still 1. So next we begin with row 2. This should be 1 because this is 1. So it should be row 3 previous times 3. So we begin with row 3 previous times 3, or 3 times row 3 previous. So this becomes 0, 0, 1, 3 times negative 13 over 6 is negative 13 over 2. Negative 26 over 3 times 3, negative 23 over 2. Negative 2/3 times 3, negative 2. Negative 1/6 times 3, negative 1/2. Then 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 0, 0. Then for row 1, because we want this to be 0, 0 here, so it should be row 1 previous plus 7 over 6 of row 3. So let's enclose that as our guide. Row 1 previous plus 7 over 6 of row 3. So that this is 1, 0, 0. 13 over 12 plus 7 over 6 times negative 13 over 2. That's negative 13 over 2. 13 over 12 plus 7 over 6 of negative 13 over 2. So negative 13 over 2. Negative 7 over 12 plus 7 over 6 of negative 23 over 2 is negative 14. Negative 1/6 plus 7 over 6 of negative 2, that's negative 5/2. 112 plus 7 over 6 of negative 1/2 is negative 1/2. 0 plus 7 over 6 of 3 is 7/2. 0 plus 7 over 6 of 0 is 0. 0 plus 7 over 6 over 0 is 0. So for row 2 previous, we make this 0 like that. So it should be row 2 previous minus 5 fourths of row 3. Row 2 previous minus 5 fourths of row 3. So that this is still 0, 1, 0. Negative 3/8 minus 5 fourths of Negative 13 halves is 31 over 4. 13 over 8 minus quantity 5/4 of negative 23 over 2. 16. 1/4 minus 5/4 of negative 2 is 11 over 4. 1/8 minus 5/4 of negative 1/2 is 3/4. 0 minus 5/4 of 3 is negative 5 over 12. Negative 15 over 4 rather. 0 minus 5/4 of 0 is 0. 0 minus 5/4 of 0 is 0. Then row 4, previous, negative 131 over 12, we make this 0. That. So it should be row 4 previous plus 131 over 12 of row 3. So I hope that you know already the procedure, so I'll make it faster a bit. 0, 0, 0. 65 over 24 plus 131 over 12 of negative 13 halves. It's negative 273 over 4. Then negative 263 over 24 plus 131 over 12 times negative 23 over 2. That's negative 273 over 2. Negative 11 over 12 plus 131 over 12 of negative 2 is negative 91 over 4. Negative 19 over 24 plus 131 over 12 of negative 1/2 is negative 25 over 4. 0 plus 131 over 12 times 3, it's 131 over 4. Then 1 plus 131 over 12 of 0 is still 1. 0 plus 131 over 12 of 0, 0. Then row 5, we make this 0, so it should be row 5 previous plus 139 over 12 of row 3. That's the formula for this row. So it's 0, 0, 0. 241 over 24 plus 139 over 12 of negative 13 over 2 is negative 261 over 4. Negative 31 over 24 plus 139 over 12 times negative 23 over 2, that's negative 269 over 2. Then negative 19 over 12 plus 139 over 12 of negative 2, that's negative 99 over 4. Negative 11 over 24 plus 139 over 12 of negative 1/2, that's negative 25 over 4. 0 plus 139 over 12 of 3, that's 139 over 4. Then 1 plus 139 over 12 of 0, it's still, 0 plus 139 over 12 of 0, it's 0. Then 1 plus 139 over 12 of 0, it's still 1. Then we proceed to row 4. Let's make this 1, so it should be 4 times negative 4 times row 4 previous. So we begin with row 4. Negative 4 times row 4 previous divided by 273. So to make this 1, so we begin with row 4. Let's copy the three zeros. Then this is 1. 1. Then negative 273 over 2 times negative 4 over 273. That's positive 2. Negative 91 over 4 times negative 4 over 273. That's 1/3. Negative 25 over 4 times negative 4 over 273. That's 25 over 273. 131 over 4 times negative 4 over 273 is negative 131 over 273. 1 times negative 4 over 273, so negative 4 over 273. Then 0 times negative 4 over 273, 0. So for row 1, it should be, this is 13 over 2, so it should be row 1 previous plus 13 over 2 of row 4. This is now the new row 4. Let's enclose that first. So row 1 previous plus 13 over 2 of row 4. So that this is still 1, 0, 0, 0. So negative 14 plus 13 over 2 of 2 is negative 1. Then negative 5 halves plus 13 over 2 of 1/3 is negative 1/3. Uh, negative 1 half plus 13 over 2 of 25 over 273 is 2 over 21. Then 7 halves plus 13 over 2 of negative 131 over 273 is 8 over 21. 0 plus 13 over 2 of negative 4 over 273 is negative 2 over 21. Then 0 plus 13 over 2 of 0, it's still 0. For row 2, this is 31 over 4, so row 2, let's make this 0. So row 2 previous minus 31 over 4 of row 4. Row 2 previous minus 31 over 4 of row 4. So that this is 0, 1, 0, then 0, then 16, 16 minus 31 over 4 of 2 is 1 half. 11 over 4 minus 31 over 4 of 1/3 is 1/6. 3/4 minus 31 over 4 of 25 over 273, that's 11 over 273. Negative 15 over 4 minus 31 over 4 of negative 131 over 273, that's negative 17 over 546. Then 0 minus 31 over 4 of negative 4 over 273, that's positive 31 over 273. Then 0 minus 31 over 4 of 0, it's still 0. Then for row 3, this is negative 13 over 2. Let's make this 0, so it should be row 3 previous plus 13 over 2 of row 4. So that this becomes 0, 0, 1, 0. Then negative 23 over 2 plus 13 over 2 of 2. So that's 3 halves. Negative 23 over 2 plus 13 over 2 of 2, that's 3 halves. Then negative 2 plus 13 over 2 of 1/3, that's 1/6. Negative 1 half plus 13 over 2 of 25 over 273, that's 2 over 21. 3 plus 13 over 2 of negative 131 over 273, that's negative 5 over 42. 0 plus 13 over 2 of negative 4 over 273, that's negative 2 over 21. Then 0 plus 13 over 2 of 0, it's still 0. So for row 5, this is negative 261 over 4. Let's make this 0. So it should be row 5 previous plus 261 over 4 of row 4. Row 5 previous plus 261 over 4 of row 4. So that this is 0, 0, 0, 0. Then negative 269 over 2 plus 261 over 4 times 2, it's negative 4. Negative 99 over 4 plus 261 over 4 of 1/3, that's negative 3. Negative 25 over 4 plus 261 over 4 of 25 over 273, that's negative 25 over 91. Then 139 over 4 plus 261 over 4 times negative 131 over 273, that's 313 over 91. Then 0 plus 261 over 4 times negative 4 over 273, that's negative 87 or 91. Then 1 plus 261 over 4 of 0, which is 0, so it's still 1. And finally, we begin with row 5. Let's make this 1 because this is 1. So it should be row 5 previous divided by negative 4. So we begin with row 5. Row 5 previous divided by negative 4. So that's 0 over negative 4, 0. 0 over negative 4, 0, 0 over negative 4, 0, 0 over negative 4, 0. Negative 4 over negative 4 is 1. Negative 3 over negative 4 is positive 3/4. Negative 25 over 91 divided by negative 4 is positive 25 over 364. 313 over 91 over negative 4, that's negative 313 over 264. Then negative 87 over 91 divided by negative 4, that's positive 87 over 364. This is 364. 1 over negative 4, negative 1/4. So row 1 elements, previous. Let's make this 0. So it should be row 1 previous plus row 5. That's the formula. Let's close it first. So that this is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Negative 1/3 plus 3/4 is 5/12. 2 over 21 plus 25 over 361 is 179 over 1 over 1092. 8 over 21 plus negative 313 over 364, that's 523 over 1092. Negative 2 over 21 plus 87 over 364, that's 157 over 1092. 0 plus negative 1/4, negative 1/4. And for row 2, let's make this 0. So row 2 previous minus row 5 divided by 2. Row 2 previous minus row 5 divided by 2. So that this is still 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Then 1, 6 minus 1/2 of 3/4. That's negative 5 over 24. 11 over 273 minus 1/2 of 25 over 364. That's 1 over 168. 11 over, sorry, negative 17 over 546 minus 1/2 of negative 313 over 364. That's 67 over 168. Negative 17. Let's now proceed here. 631 over 273 minus 1/2 of 87 over 364. That's negative 1 over 168. 0 minus 1/2 of negative 1/4, so 1/8. Then for row 3, let's make this 0 here. So it should be row 3 previous minus 3/2 of row 5. Row 3 previous minus 3/2 of row 5. So that this is 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Then 1, 6 minus 3/2 of 3/4, that's negative 23 over 24. 2 over 21 minus 3/2 of 25 over 364, that's negative 17 over 2184. Negative 5 over 42 minus 3/2 of negative 313 over 364. 2557 over 2184. Negative 2 over 21 minus 3/2 of 87 over 364. That's negative 991 over 2184. 0 minus 3/2 of negative 1/4 is 3/8. Then this is row 4. Let's make this 0 here. So row 4 previous minus 2 times row 5. Row 4 previous minus 2 times row 5. So we have 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, then 1/3 minus 2 times 3/4 is negative. So rho 4 previous minus 2 times rho 5, that's the formula. 1/3 minus 2 times 3/4 is negative 7 over 6. 25 over 273 minus 2 times 25 over 364, that's negative 25 over 546. Negative 131 over 273 minus 2 times negative 313 over 364, that's 677 over 546. Negative 4 over 273 minus 2 times 87 over 364, that's negative 269 over 546. 0 minus 2 times negative 1/4 is 1/2. So finally, we have transformed the left as an identity matrix. Therefore, this is the inverse of the matrix. So the answer, just copy this. That's the inverse of that matrix A. So that's the procedure, and hope you were able to follow the solutions and the explanations.